Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially wrapping up the year of 2024, especially in GTA 5 Online. Next year, starting in a couple days, we're literally, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be in the year of GTA 6. So this could have been our final holiday season in GTA 5 Online. But I wanted to take a little look back on it and take a look at 5 things that we got this past year that were actually really good. So first of all, thank you to all of you who have been watching my videos this past year. It really means the world to me. We literally have like 230,000 more subscribers this time than we did this time last year. That is just absolutely mind-blowing. So I just wanted to thank you guys genuinely from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean the world to me. And because of that, for literally today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of the year, I'm putting the merch at 50% off. I'm just trying to get rid of it all. We literally have like 7 t-shirts, I think like 6 hoodies. I think we have like 12 pairs of the bottoms and some of the mouse pads left as well. But I want to start fresh anyway for next year. So for the rest of today and tomorrow, as you're watching this, it's going to be 50% off. Then it's going to go back up to full price on the 1st. And then keep your eye out because we're cooking up some really cool new stuff as well. But anyway, guys, let's jump into what I believe is top 5 things that we got this year that was actually pretty good. So in my number 5 slot here today, we have something that's great for solo players that was actually introduced during the Bottom Dollars Bounty DLC that we got earlier this year. And that is we got an increased cell mission timer for solo players. So a lot of cell missions, when you were running them solo, a lot of the time, let's say you were doing a bunker cell mission and you had the one that was all the way up in Paleto Bay. You physically couldn't sell them all in the amount of time given. It just was impossible. Like if you got the 2 trucks and you had to go all the way down to the airport, you couldn't possibly do it. I tried it, didn't have enough time. So they've increased the timer so that you can complete those. Now, for a lot of veteran players, that may not mean too much, but for a new player, that is absolutely incredible. As well as that, you got increased payout on the taxi work, on some contact missions, including the casino story missions, Project Overthrow, which definitely needed an overhaul. That thing was awful. Operation Paper Trail. It was just, that's a good quality of life improvement, especially for solo players. And speaking of solo players, something that kind of bundles into this for solo newer players is they released the rank. So you had to be a certain rank to buy certain high-end apartments or garages. They removed that. So lower level players could enjoy all of that stuff earlier in the game. So those things, as small as they are really good quality of life improvements, specifically, especially for solo new players. All right, let's move on to number 4. In my number 4 slot, we have the Terabyte update. Now, this update came with the Agents of Sabotage DLC, and it gave us the Master Control Terminal in the Terabyte. We already had this in the arcade, but a lot of people were like, oh, well, if I have to drive to the arcade to do it, I may as well drive to those businesses. Even though it was a lot easier and it is still great in the arcade, they put it in the Terabyte. So you can be anywhere on the map. You can request your Terabyte and you can start sourcing missions and even selling like cargo from your Terabyte. That was a huge update. As well as that, within this same bundle, they introduced the missile lock-on jammer for a bunch of new cars. So they gave Armani Tech, or Armani, sorry, people yell at me for saying Armani Tech for a lot of new cars. So you can get the missile lock-on jammer. So if you're somebody that plays a lot in public lobbies, now you have the missile lock-on jammer on almost every car in the game, or every decent car anyway. I mean, all this is for, really, let's be honest, is they created the Oppressor Mark II years ago. It absolutely ruined public lobbies. And ever since then, they've been trying to nerf the hell out of the Oppressor Mark II, but also trying to keep it even. So I think this is one of those things. It's kind of almost nerfing the Oppressor Mark II, right? You can't lock on anymore to basically all player cars. They're the good ones. All right, guys, in my number 3 spot here, this is one you may have forgotten about already, but it was a ton of fun. The entire community got behind it, and that is the Ludendorff Cemetery Survival. This is something that I personally had tons of fun playing. I know the entire community had tons of fun playing this thing. It was basically like a Call of Duty, like zombies map. It was just so much fun. It really made you like strategize and trying to figure out like the meta. And I hope they do more stuff like that, those survivals, and continue to build off of them, because it is something that could be, even though it was already a ton of fun, it's in my number 3 spot. There's still so much room for improvement. They could fine polish this thing, make it feel so much smoother. And I think it would be something like a mini game within GTA, which it is, that you could see people jumping into all the time. If they kept it updated, kept it balanced. It could just be a ton of fun. I absolutely loved it. I loved playing it. And for that reason, I think that was the top 3 thing that we got in GTA 5 Online this year. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, in my number 2 spot, I don't think this should be a surprise. Maybe it is a surprise because you thought it would be number 1, but that is the brand new Banshee in GTA 5 Online, the Banshee GTS. You guys know my favorite car in the game is the Banshee. This new Banshee does not disappoint. It is an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous car. I'm going to have a video on that next week as soon as the snow disappears. But it is drop-dead gorgeous. I love the Dodge Viper in real life, but I've always had a special place in my heart for the Banshee ever since GTA 3. Being able to break into that, I think it was the car dealership, and you could steal one out of there. It was always in like red or blue. I absolutely loved it. I've loved it in every game since, and it's my favorite car in GTA 5 Online. We'll do a review of it coming up here soon, like I say. And will it take my number 1 spot from the old Banshee? We'll find out in that video, but let me know what you guys think of it in the comment section down below. Did it live up to the hype? You gotta love the rear-wheel drive cars in this game, man. But anyway, that was a surprise for me. I was not expecting a new Banshee. I don't think anyone was expecting a new Banshee. A lot of the cars, I'm so confused because they do have GTA 6 coming out right around the corner. I feel like they do need some new cars that we don't know about that are going to be new and exciting for us in that game. And I know there's going to be tons already, but I would have loved to see a new Banshee in GTA 6. And if they didn't give it to us, I wouldn't have been mad about it. So I guess I'm super thankful that they gave it to us. But also I'm like, should they be saving some stuff for GTA 6? Let me know what you think of that in the comment section down below. And in my number 1 spot, the best thing that we got in GTA 5 Online in 2024 is the Darnell Bros Garment Factory. Now, this isn't necessarily for the new FIB missions. This is mainly for the business itself as a building. This is such a good base building, right? It wasn't very expensive. And most of the businesses we bought in GTA 5 Online up until recently, you have to get the upgrades and modifications, right? We see it all the time. We get like 30% off the business, plus upgrades and modifications. And they're always expensive. You have to buy a living quarters. You got to buy a gun shop. You've got to buy a garage or garage space. This one came with it. It's an incredible business, and it has a passive income safe that you don't need to do anything for. You just go up there and collect the money. It has a 10-car garage. It's got a gun shop. It's got a place for you to upgrade your Terabyte. And it also, let's not forget, it has fast travel. It has a Listen, are we all going to use the fast travel? I don't think I'll ever use it. Maybe once until GTA 6 comes out, if I find myself near it. It's a cool little quality of life improvement that if you're in the middle of nowhere and you happen to be next to one of those things, you can use it to get back to your garment factory. And if GTA didn't have the fast travel, right, being able to select your spawn location and then join in another invite-only lobby, if they didn't have that available, which, by the way, the community created that. Rockstar didn't want us to be able to do that. But if that wasn't there, which I don't think is going to be in GTA 6, these little fast travel points would be incredible. Let's not pretend that these aren't really good. They are amazing. It's just that the community uses the fast travel by switching spawn locations to go around the map. Rockstar hates that. They hate it with Red Dead Redemption 2. They want you to be able to explore the map, and they want you to take a lot of time to be able to go from one place to the other. They don't want you to be able to do it super quick. So these little fast travel points are actually really cool. But the Darnell factory, anyway, is my number 1. I think it's just incredible. I think it's a great starter business, and it's got everything you need. The FIB missions, as far as payouts for this, wasn't great. Same thing with the bottom dollar bounties. Wasn't great. But we're so used to like the Cayo Perico heist, the Diamond Casino heist, big heists. We're so used to these things right now that these other smaller businesses that don't pay as well, we're kind of disappointed by them. But they're really good starter businesses. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with some things? Listen, this is just 5 things that we got this year that I thought were really good. Quality of life improvements, new great businesses, and there's just a little bonus for you at the end here. I didn't put this in there, but I do think it's a really good thing. The community has been asking for this for so long, and now that we have it, I feel like people don't talk about it as much, but I enjoy doing it myself, and that's vigilante work. With the bottom dollar bounties DLC, we got vigilante work. We got all the police cars. We've just got police outfits for the Agents of Sabotage DLC. These are things that people have been asking for so long, but because we're not getting really big businesses with like $1 million payouts, they're kind of getting overlooked and people are sad about it. I think all in honesty, at the end of the day, people are mostly excited for GTA 6. So I don't know if Rockstar could do anything to GTA 5 that's going to make the community incredibly excited. They can't do anything like a new Cayo Perico heist because realistically, they're going to save those ideas for GTA 6. They're not going to be funneling those into GTA 5 right now. I do think we're going to get one big DLC like this coming year before GTA 6 comes out. But I'm hoping it's not just the Mackenzie Airfield hangar, because we already know that's coming. I have a video on my channel. It's a new business, right? It's the Mackenzie Airfield hangar. We're going to be able to purchase that. There's going to be missions with it. It does look fun, but I hope that is not the final DLC. That's technically part 2 of this current DLC we're in, Agents of Sabotage. So that'll probably be coming in, you know, a few months from now. But hopefully that's not it. Hopefully they go out with a bang on this. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are a few things that you feel like, you know, you got to give Rockstar a little bit of credit for? What are things that you think Rockstar introduced this past year that you were thankful for? Just let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget, 50% off the rest of today and tomorrow. These Subscribe Taco hoodies, they're incredible. The T-Fam t-shirts, which are also great. The mouse pads and the pants. But remember, the discount shows in your shopping cart. So they'll look full price until you add it to your shopping cart. Then you'll see all the discounts. And all of these orders I personally do myself. I have a section with all my merchandise. I sign thank you notes, hand-signed thank you notes. I give you guys some stickers. I send it all out myself. So I really, really do appreciate you guys. Thank you to everyone that has bought all the merch that we had this past year. Next year, I have some ideas that I'm cooking up for some really cool stuff for you guys. I know you liked the limited edition stuff, like the 100K hoodie that sold out in like 2 days. So I have some things in plan anyway. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, we're rounding up the end of the year, but I'll see you tomorrow as always with a brand new video. Goodbye.